feel the dragon fire? You feel the dragon fire?
Schools sponsored by us. We request all the interactors to benefit from this Namaste Ryla. I'm sure you will. Happy Vijayadashmi. May God bless you all. Jai Hind. Over to you, Rishivats.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Rotarian past district Rotaract representative Shivkumar Ishwaran. I have come to know that what is the total effort that we have made to make this agenda a tailor-fitted one. And of course, yes, as meticulously planned, this is going to be a hit. Thank you very much, Rotarian. And now here comes a precious gem, my dear people. He's such a calm, composed, and passionate person. To know more about this person, I'm calling upon Rotaractor Rekha Shri to introduce the next person. Rotaractor Rekha, over to you.
Rotarian Kapil Chitle is a second-generation Rotarian to take up the responsibility of presidentship of the Rotary Club of Madras. He joined the Academy of Architecture in Bombay for his undergraduate study. He then went on to Tulane University in the US to do his master's in architecture. First impressions being what they are, he found himself in the French Quarter of New Orleans being very different from his expectations of an American university. This made him immediately request for a transfer to the University of Arizona for a program in passive solar design at a time when sustainability was just getting to be spoken about. Kapil's attitude has always been to associate with clients who value his thought process. Hence, he has never pushed himself to pitch for projects with clients who felt the commercial value was of greater significance than the value of his experience. As an individual, he prefers to speak his mind, often to his own peril, but that's what it is. He has been on the board of studies of Anna University and has been the external examiner for design review of final year architectural thesis and design at several professional schools. He has been interviewed in trade journals, appeared on several programs and panel discussions on varied topics related to his trade over the years. He knows it's going to be an interesting year in many aspects. Kapil has always considered himself a private individual. Working along with over 250 members of RCM to further the image of Rotary is a task he's excited to take up. His philosophy is do what you know you can and not what you think you can. He firmly believes we need to respect each other, collaborate with each other, and motivate each other, and together have a great 2021 in Rotary. We are extremely honored to have his valuable time with us today. Looking forward to his insights today. Over to you, Sir Rotarian Kapil Chikle.
Thank you very much, Rekha. I think I must get Balaji and team to edit that that biodata considerably for the future. But anyway, namaste to all of you. Good afternoon and welcome to this one of its kind, I think, RYLA initiatives that the youth services team for the Rotary Club of Madras and international service teams have put together of this district 3232. We will shortly, I think, at some point have our district governor who will come in and address us. We had very short notice, unfortunately, to request him, but he will certainly come in and will show you the motivation and the encouragement that all you interactors need to do more and more of the good work that you're doing. Most of you would have seen our Rotary International President's message about Rotary opens opportunities. And today's function is really a reflection of just this. This e-platform, the new norm, is something which none of us perhaps a year ago would have even thought that we would conveniently navigate and successfully too at that. It gives us, opportunities like you've never had before. The world is really your oyster today. You can do exactly what you want and how you want it. The fact that this afternoon's RYLA conference is a culmination or a getting together of clubs from Sri Lanka and Malaysia, which are about 15 clubs. And we've got 18 Interact clubs from under the Rotary Club of Madras. I think it is fantastic that all of us are together, that we can do this together and so seamlessly, so easily. This will only lead to an exchange of ideas between each of you. You will probably be able to do projects together. As you develop relationships, you get to know each other better. You'll be able to support each other in so many common interests that you guys have. These relationships can also extend into a personal friendship. So, we used to have, when we were younger, we used to have pen pals because we could not communicate with people so easily. Now, it is so easy today to just type out a message and you've got a friend anywhere in the world. So, you can probably exchange visits with each other. The world is your oyster, youngsters, and do take advantage of it. And there are enough people around, as I've said earlier, that can help you. Just remember one thing. A helping hand need not be something that is big in size. You can do small things together. But it is the attitude that you have working with each other that is most important. Enjoy what you do and you'll do it well. All the very best to you and have a great event. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the beautiful words, Rotarian couple. As always, you are just a pillar of support, and you are just a station and a torch bearer for all the race of Rotaractors and Interactors. You are a sparkling energy. Thank you very much, Rotarian couple. So I call upon Jarvis, the technical person, to felicitate our president. Jarvis, over to you.
I think
Perfect. Thank you very much, Jarvis. Yes. Up next now, let me call the Vice Lady of our club, of Rotary Club of Madras. She is also the International Service Director and the President Nominee of Rotary Club of Madras. Let me call Rotarian Jayashree to speak a few words. Rotarian Jayashree, over to you.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody, all my friends from within India and from outside, my dearest interactors. Rishi Vats, who introduced me as President Nominee and Director International Service. But I have a very interesting history. I have been involved in youth service for more than 8 years. No, I have been the director. I'm not the director. I've been we have different zones in our youth service team. And I have been the chairperson back to back for several years, and I've been working with children and schools for many years. So this is one of the things that is closest to my heart. I would like to just briefly speak to you on just how wonderful it feels to be in this platform. Why? Because like our President Kapil said, it's an opportunity. When between February and March this year, when the lockdown happened, I think like everybody else in the world, I was also quite hurt and shocked, to realize that I'm being asked to stay at home. Basically, all my movement is curtailed. So a door is being shut. That's the way I would look at it. But please understand, another door of opportunity opened, and technology and goodwill made it happen. And here we are talking on the Zoom platform across national borders and across continents. And I'm so proud that as children, interactors have come together to do this pioneering effort, because after this, we will have a Rotaract platform, but then they are only the second. So we are the first. So I'm very happy to be here, and it's very nice to engage, because interactors, although you may think that you are just school children, but don't underestimate your power and your ability. In our club, we have seen the activities that interactors do, tremendous amount of social outreach work that they do, the kind of team building that happens within the club, and the kind of relationship they have to the outside society. I have been personally amazed, and how much they have contributed to our club activities is fantastic. So I wish you all the best. Let me not take more of your time. It is your platform. I wish to thank my entire youth service team who have worked day and night to put this together. And I wish to thank one very important person who helped us reach out to Sri Lanka and Malaysia, which is our past president, Guna. I am like the Icha Shakti. That means I can only wish for certain things. He is the Kriya Shakti. He makes it happen. Thank you so much, Guna. You're there. Yes, thank you. Thank you. And pun on the word Kriya Shakti, his son runs a very good stage organization called Kriya Shakti. So thank you. Thank you for being with us, and thank you, interactors. Thank you, teacher coordinators. We have made something wonderful happen this afternoon. I wish you all the best, and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rotarian Jayashree. Your words, your actions, your thoughts, and your association with the Rotary and Rotaract and Interact fraternity.
Correct.
Just amazing. Thank you very much, ma'am. And now the charming person and cherishing Rotarian is the next person. I call upon Rotarian Mona to introduce the guest to us. Rotaractor Mona, over to you.
Okay. Good afternoon, all. I would like to introduce the next. Good afternoon, all. I would like to introduce the next guest of the day, Rotarian Sriram Duri. He's a Paul Harris Fellow. He completed his MBA in Australia, and he's an entrepreneur by profession. His company manufactures poultry feed supplements. He's a married and blessed with 2 children. Everyone resides in Chennai. He's a charter president of Rotary Club of Chennai Capital in 2015 to 2016. The club was started by past Rotary International President Kalyan Banerjee. Regional Foundation Chairman in 2016 to 2017. He's Assistant Governor of the district in 2017 to 2018. He also volunteered at Rotary Institute held at Leela Palace in 2018 to 2019. He chartered Rotary Club of Chennai Metropolis under membership development in 2016 to 2017. Now, presently, Rotarian Sriram Duri is a District Youth Service Director in 2020 to 2020. Looking forward for your insights, sir. Over to you, Rotarian Sriram Duri, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ma. Thanks a lot. Very good afternoon to DG Muthu, sir, if he's here. Rotary Club of Madras President, Rotarian couple, Youth Service Director, Rotarian Balaji, Rotarian Shiv Kumar, our past AG, Rotarian Guna, other Rotarians, Rotaractors, and all Interactors present on this call. Thank you very much for having me here today. Interact is a worldwide phenomenon with 10,700 clubs in 109 countries, comprising of 200,000 young people between the age of 12 and 18, just like you. How can Interact play a role in an international relationship or on an international perspective? And as an interactor, you can connect with leaders in your community around the world. For a few things, you can do that. First is like take action to make difference in your school or community, share ideas, discover new cultures from around the world among yourselves, and also promote international understanding. Become a leader in your school or a community. It's an opportunity which Interact gives. Have a club and have fun, make new friends from around the world, because thank God for Zoom today, that even after the pandemic, you might still continue this for your international relationships. Interact clubs organize at least 2 projects every year, like I'm sure most of you must be doing here. One that helps their school or community around in which they are in, and the other one would be to promote international understanding. So Rotary clubs sponsor, mentor, and guide interactors as they carry out projects and develop leadership skills. So the most important thing is how well you can adopt yourself to international surrounding around you, how you can adapt yourself to different cultures. With today's exposure, for example, tomorrow you might travel abroad for a holiday, or even for education, or even for your future, you might immigrate there. So international understanding and international exposure is definitely an opportunity that you are getting to understand each other. Okay, some of the international Interact events that I know that y'all can participate are World Interact Week, Interact Awards, Interact Video Awards, Rotary Youth Day and with United Nations, Global Youth Service Day. Now, as we all know, one can't paint the same picture with the same brush, the whole picture with the same brush. Obviously, every person is different. All of us are different in every different way. We possess different kinds of skills which somebody else might not, or you might be better than them in that. So the most important thing here, what we need to learn as interactors, as what we want to groom the future, is you need to learn how to concentrate, or how to give more attention to the passion to what you have, what drives you to do what you want to, not because your mother is telling you to, not because your friends are asking you to, or not because your teachers or your school is asking you to. As the future of the world, as the future as the future trendsetters, I could say, your ability to push your skill ahead, to push your interest, make it a passion, and you might be a legend at that. So that's more important as to how well you're able to nourish your skill, how well you're able to take it to the next level. And for all you know, you might be a Facebook or a Google or something tomorrow. So that's what it is. What my advice, what my school of thought to all of you young guys, young friends are, is that you need to push your ability beyond yourself, to nourish yourself, nourish your ability to excel over others, definitely, which everybody has, I'm sure. So that is what is my advice to you all. This is what is the most important thing that you should learn as youngsters. whether let it be math, let it be art, let it be music. If there was no person taking interest in music, you wouldn't have had an A.R. Rahman or many other people. So there are many other avenues that the world gives you today than what it gave me or our President Kapil or many others. The opportunities are what you have today, and the scale of opportunities are vast. So make use of the opportunities what you get on the way, what you can achieve. Success is to walk over mistakes and to go beyond every stage which you couldn't cross earlier because of your mistake. Just like a video game in your language, like how you cross stages and go, you keep losing your lives, but then you keep waiting for the lives to come back, and then you keep trying to play. So that's what is all life is all about, and that's what is real life when you see outside. Because what your parents show you, or what your school, or what even your Interact or your Rotary is doing for you, is under a shade. But when you go into the real world, is what you face, is this is what it is. If you get scared to go beyond what your ability is, or to push yourself, somebody else will push and achieve it. So you lose your goal, you lose your opportunity. So the most important thing is push yourself to do what best you can, and try to make this a better world with what knowledge you have. Grab opportunities which come on your way. Believe in yourself without limits, and wishing you all the best for your future endeavors. I don't want to take too much of time. I have a lot to talk though. I would like to appreciate the efforts of Rotary Club of Madras in conducting this wonderful Namaste International Ryla on this auspicious day of Saraswati Puja. Wishing you all a very happy Dasra. Stay inspired, stay safe, my friends. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you very much, Rotarian Sriram Duri. As always, your energy and a lot of your inspiration will definitely guide us through the correct path. Thank you very much, Rotarian. Now, let me call upon my smart computer, Jarvis, to felicitate our guest. Thank you, Jarvis. As I said, you are always smart. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Now, it's time for us to introduce the musical maestro. So I call upon Rotaractor Raga to introduce the maestro, and followed by Ma'am Meenakshi Ishwaran, his disciple, to interact further. Over to you, Raga.
Oh, listen, Rishivats, no. Rishivats, you go to Pascal. Rishivats is Pascal session.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please give us a minute of time. Let me sort and just be back in just a few flicks, just like how Thanos flicks his fingers. You all just try doing that, and we will definitely back within a minute. Please hold on.
Don't worry, take your time.
If I have a minute, then maybe I'll say a very small story for all the interactors who are present here.
Please go ahead.
The person who, what Sriram was just saying, that even though interactors are young and they do small things, it makes a big difference. I was so reminded of one of Rabindranath Tagore's poems, but the thing is in Bengali, so I can just tell you the essence of it. He talks about the evening sunset, when the sun is ready to set and the sky is orange, and the sun, it seems, gets very worried. Oh my God, I have to go to the other part of the world, and this place will become very dark. So what do I do? So sun is wondering, it's time for me to leave. So what am I supposed to do? A small earthen lamp. I don't know if you understand. Earthen lamp is a diya made of mud. It's a small lamp made of mud. It has only one wick and limited light. But that small earthen lamp came out of the ground and said, don't worry, you go where you have to go. I can dispel some darkness and bring in light. So that is a very inspirational thing, which I was so reminded when I heard Sri Ram talk, because it is the small efforts taken by school children, by interactors, which has made a very huge difference. I can give you so many examples of, our own club, our own interactors. We visualize a lot of programs for them, but at the level of doing it, they bring in so much value. So I just thought of the story. I thought I'll share it with you. Thank you.
Shiv, can we start now? Shiv and Rishi.
Yeah.
The ice-breaking session has an issue. The person who started this has an issue, so we're going to go to the next session.
So yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back with 2 times of more energy to keep you all excited and to keep you all engaged. Now, let me call Rotaractor Mona to set the context for Scavenger Hunt. Rotaractor Mona, over to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, my dear Rotaractors. Now we will have another experience beholding all of your energy with a game. It's time to experience the virtual Scavenger Hunt. I will now give a short context setting of this game. This game can otherwise be called as the treasure hunt, and this is a game in which the organizers prepare a list defining specific items in which the participants seek to gather or complete all the items on the list. It may be like following a series of clues to find the objects. The items, that is the respective answers, can be listed either in the form of object or photographs of the particular objects. The goal of this virtual scavenger hunt is to stretch the creative and problem-solving minds and have fun, bring together all the items on the list. We'll move to the instructions quickly. We will be recreating some of the fun aspects of scavenger hunt in a completely online setting now. So step 1, the clues for few specific item will be displayed over the screen. Step 2, you need to find what object it is exactly and bring over that object from your surrounding space and switch your camera on, and you have to show it to the host. And step 3, most importantly, you will have only 1 minute of time period. Over to Jarvis to display the item.
Okay, the first thing is find something that makes you happy. So I would request all the interactors to go and find something which makes you more happy and show that in front of the screen. I wish everyone to go and find something which makes you more happy. Okay, I guess Anshu is showing some guitar. Okay. And Anvita is showing a phone. Okay, your phone makes you more happy. Okay, fine. I can understand that. Okay, and even Sahan is showing his phone and Naveen is phone. I guess everyone is showing your phone. 2K kids or everyone is into the phone. Okay, someone is showing a drawing. I don't know your name.
Sherlyn something.
Okay, Shirley, I guess. Kashika is also showing some painting, and Smithme is showing her book, The Young, I guess.
So many people are showing their phone.
Is showing her dog, I guess. Okay, I guess all are showing their phones. Okay, I can understand.
Shakil is a studious guy, it seems, showing his biology textbook.
Exactly.
That cannot make him happy.
Okay, Arshav is showing his ball. Okay, I think he's a sportsman. I want more. Okay, Naveen, I saw your mobile phone. Naveen Balaji, I saw your mobile phone.
Some girl showed painting this.
Yeah.
Painting, Rima Shali. I hope you're an artist. That looks good.
Okay, let me see in the next page. Okay,
Avantika.
Manjari. Okay, you know something? My name is also Manjari, and you're showing something, some book, Harry Potter. Okay, Avantika is also showing some book. Mithali is book. Okay, this page is full of book, I guess. Urvasi, The Fault in Our Stars. It's an awesome book. Ovia is also a book. Jishu is guitar.
Rishwant is a cricket player, it seems.
Mahalakshmi is piano. Sriram is also a book.
Akash, what is that?
Watch. Okay.
Wow, great.
Akshita is guitar. And Shibani is, I guess, book.
Abhirami, what's that?
Okay.
So many studious people. Apart from
Sharmila,
the
I
academics.
guess it's phone, right? Okay, next is.
Oh,
Okay. That's it. I want more. Okay, someone, I am not getting your name. I'm sorry.
Imdad Bean.
Yeah, you're showing some wafers, I guess.
Let's play.
Abhishna is showing a chess. She's a chess player. Yeah.
Super, great. Okay, many people are showing books, phone, guitar, keyboard. That's great.
Paper craft, it seems. Mauli Gupta.
Mithali, book. And
Teddy bear, Nivetha.
okay, it's our favorite too.
Yeah, Isai Minion. That looks good.
Yeah, Isai Minion.
Oh, so what's that? Saurna Lakshmi.
Okay, what's that, Saurna Lakshmi? We are not getting it. Okay, even Darshini is showing something. What is that? Flute, I guess.
Sriram, your painting looks too good. Lord Shiva.
Danya, you're not showing something, anything? Food. That's nice. Okay. Now someone showed something very interesting.
Pavitra, your handwork is too good.
That's awesome. Pradeep, what is that? Badminton bat, I guess.
It's a shoe.
Phone.
Anbachalian. Sorry,
It's
we could
written
not get
something
it.
in the paper.
Films. Oh my God, you're missing film, it seems, in this pandemic.
Let's get soon. Okay, next.
Okay.
Pavitra, your hand work is amazing. I could see that.
Mridula scrapbook, it seems.
Okay.
Our interactors are too studious and they read books a lot, it seems.
Divya, I guess it's a book or a painting, I'm not sure. Okay, next, we'll go for the next thing. Jarvis, I would request you to the next slide.
Move the slide.
Okay. Next one. Okay, find an object starting with M and with a color starting with the letter B. Example, a brown mat. I hope all could get it. Come on. For something makes you happy, you all ran and took something which make you happy. For this,
the screen through, God.
wait, can you show that again?
Yeah.
Okay, Jarvis, can you?
Blue mask. That's great. Kashika.
Blue, Shweta, what is that? Blue?
Blue.
M. Okay,
B
blue
and
mask.
M, right? Blue mask.
Blue mathematics book. Okay, that is blue marker. Okay, done. Come on, something very interesting. Blue marker again, Avantika. Okay, blue phone.
Blue business game.
Raga, blue. Mathematics book. Yeah, we saw. And then
Blue sanitizer.
okay, blue sanitizer, Ajmal.
Blue blanket. But the question was
Mouse, blue color mouse, Mahalakshmi. Okay.
blue cam, Shaun Madhya. Blue phone, blue Bluetooth.
Blue, okay, Bluetooth.
What?
Brown mat. Okay, you are the person who took the exact example which we gave in the slide. Anvita. Okay, that's good. Blue marker, Sharmila.
So she's holding
Fatima,
something.
blue, what is that? It's a painting. Okay, blue.
Ribbon something.
Okay. Blue mask. Again, someone is showing. Band, blue band.
She has done some craft.
Okay. Okay, Jarvis, again, can you...
Someone is helping Sharmila. No, Fatima.
Okay. Find something which...
With a face on it.
With a face on it. Okay, once. Okay. Okay, minion pouch, a bottle, a phone back is okay. A photograph, Sai Baba photograph. Okay, a god, tiger photograph. Again a god. Oh my god! All are switching on your videos and showing something. Okay, a mug. Again a god. Dhoni. Okay, Naveen, you're a Dhoni fan. Showing Dhoni's photo. Unicorn. Harry Potter.
Face.
Okay.
Photo frame.
Okay,
Avantika,
monkey,
that's good.
The Ashwin. Pavitra again a drawing. I guess Pavitra is an artist, craft maker. Okay, Pavitra. Sahan photo from a phone. Okay. Rima toy. Mahalakshmi again picture.
Disney World, Jacinth.
Anvita's purse. What is that? No, I'm not getting Anvita's thing. Okay, again Akash is showing. I guess BTS or I'm not getting. What is that? One Direction or BTS? What is it? Okay. Okay.
Oh my God,
I'm sorry. It's your photograph. Okay. Maharaj.
Mickey Mouse.
Again mug.
Abhishna's Mickey Mouse. Phone
Mickey Mouse.
case.
Ovia photograph. Painting.
Worst case, we managed to advance this.
Okay. Okay, Nadia. Rishivant is showing Buddha's.
Is that
thing.
Albert Einstein?
Anbichellian.
Abhirami's cat.
Okay, Jerry. Tom and Jerry's Jerry. Someone is showing. Hindu newspaper. I guess someone's photo is there.
A face in the Hindu newspaper.
Okay, Shannon is showing something. Can you show it in right side, Shannon? Okay. Super. Rohita, a god. Nivedita, again rabbit and the frog's picture.
Ritika's pot work. A face.
Okay,
and a pot.
older. Miriam is showing phone older. Mauli
Smiley from
is showing
Brian.
some duck. Mihir is some painting.
Doraemon from Mitraya.
Doraemon, our favorite. Shakira is showing some picture.
Who's this?
Ilangovan,
Football player.
Football player, I guess. Is that
right?
Ilangovan? Is that a football player?
Just a thumbs up if it is right.
Yeah. No, you can't speak. You just show a thumbs up if it's right here, like this, and then if it's wrong, downwards. Okay, right. Okay, super. Okay,
Oh,
Smith.
Gandhiji.
Okay, 500
Rakesh.
rupees note Rakesh is showing. It's from your pocket money or got it from your dad? Okay, then Darshini is showing some painting. Again, Shaima is showing some painting. Okay, fine. Super. I guess all are active and Smart. Jarvis, next poster. Okay,
Hold on the poster for a minute and then we will get into it.
Find something that starts with the first letter of your name. Okay, this is interesting. And find something made out of wood. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Okay, fine. Come on, guys. Find something which start with your letter A. Okay, Kailash key. Okay, done. Kashika key. Okay, Abhishna apple.
Netra notebook.
And then Ashen. What is that? I'm not able to get it. You can type it in the chat box.
Sarah sanitizer.
Okay, sanitizer.
Pavitra.
Prize. Okay, you got so many prizes. Congratulations. That's great. Okay, Shruti. Show it properly, Shruti. I'm not able to get it.
What's that? Scientific calculator.
Scientific calculator.
Okay.
Kalpita keychain.
Mitra minion. Shaima
scissors. Ragav ribbon.
Ravina pencil.
Reema rose. Navin Balaji. Can you show it again? Come on. Narendra Modi. Okay, super. Navin Balaji. Your creativeness is amazing. Okay, Mauli.
What's that? Tablet. And what do you mean by that?
Okay, that tablet name starts with M. Okay.
Akshita, what's the
Nadia newspaper. Nandita. Okay, Nandita newspaper. Shruti stapler. Manjari again. A mug. Okay, Manjari mug. Okay. Bavadarani bottle. Divya
teddy.
No, think something in D.
D.
Yeah.
D for teddy. Your dear one. So you mean it. Your dear one as teddy.
Okay, Mritula mirror. Again, Nadia newspaper.
Anvita anklet. Anklet, right?
Super. Rakesh rubber band.
See. Akash Ariel.
Okay, nice.
So he does home stuff. It seems he helps his mother. And
okay.
Okay, fine. We'll go to the
next thing. Nail polish, Nila. Okay.
Jarvis, please.
Again,
show the slide again.
Okay, find something made out of wood. I guess it's going to be a difficult task for our interactors. Okay, I guess
wood. Come on, run.
People are very active and,
wooden chair.
Okay, wooden chair, Akash, that's great. I guess Akash is having everything next to him. So he's showing everything in photograph and the wooden thing. That's great. Okay, next thing.
So Kashika has ran to bring something. Wooden? What's that? Shaima?
Okay.
Hey, it's a book reading table, right?
Okay. Computer table, someone showing. Saravanan. Harsha.
Kashika, what's that? Like kids used to play, right? They play like this.
Wooden toys. Super. Nice. First prize. Poetry. We are so proud of you, Pavitra. Seriously, myself and Rekha are very proud of you. That's great.
See, Abhishna. She used to cook, it seems.
Wooden bat. You're a cricketer or your brother's thing. Okay, done. Carom board, Shanmita. I am not getting a name. Thing is
Ansu is showing wooden bureau.
Okay. Okay, again, Shaima is showing her prize. Great.
Wooden clip, Amrita.
Okay, Amrita. Fine, I guess our interactors are very enthusiastic and, are very active.
Yeah, they run to bring things now.
Okay, Anvita is showing her that keychain stand, right? Good. Ovia is showing her watch thing, something. Pravina is showing her wooden gift, something in wooden gift. Okay, then I guess our speaker has come. We'll continue this game after our speaker finish. I hope all enjoyed this scavenger hunt. Over to Rishi Vats.
So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope you all enjoyed the scavenger hunt. And whenever Rekha or Mona says some object, or whenever Jarvis, the supercomputer, shows something, you all run. I totally appreciate the total efforts that you take to keep yourself occupied and engaged. So, thank you very much for being a fantastic audience. And for now, we have almost hit close to 400, which is just an amazing in number. So beautiful. Kudos to all the road interactors who are here putting your time into the Ryla rather than putting it on the Sunday, just like how others do. So yes, kudos to everyone. Now it's time for me to introduce, it's time for us to introduce the musical maestro. So let me call upon my fellow Rotaractor Rekha to introduce the musical maestro.
It's my pleasure, Rishivats. In the classical firmament of India, Lalgudi G.J.R. Krishnan is a name worth reckoning for his mastery in both form and technique. Son of legendary violin maestro Sri Lalgudi G. Jayaraman and scion of the musical style, Bani, that he constructed and nurtured, Krishnan continues and sensitively to nourish and carry forward a legacy handed over to him. A top-grade artist with the All India Radio, credit for Krishnan's fame must also go to his own artistic journey. His performance career has been shaped also by the prestigious festivals he has performed at the Lincoln Center in New York, Concert Gibo, Recital Hall, and so on. His most favorite collaborator, though, is his sister, with whom he has cut several albums, one of which is titled Raga Rasa, a coming together and celebration of different streams of music. Like father, like son, Krishnan is also a very earnest and sensitive teacher. His students have gone on to become performing artists and continue to carry forward the legacy across the world. More recently, he received the Sangeet Natak Academy Award from the President of India. In September 2017, Lalgudi G.J.R. Krishnan, along with his sister Lalgudi Vijayalakshmi, received the prestigious Indra Shivasailam Endowment Award, the first ever instrumentalist to receive this. On stage, Krishnan's music is subtle, sensitive, but also breathtaking. Krishnan's relationship with the violin is nuanced and layered. In his music, one can celebrate the simplicity of the complex in the way he handles a phrase or two, as well as the complexity of the simple. Thank you.
Wow, that's a fantastic profile. Sir, we are very much overwhelmed to have you here. To moderate the session, let me call upon Meenakshi S. Ishwaran ma'am to be the moderator for this beautiful session. Ma'am, over to you.
Krishnan sir has been my guru, and he will now introduce you to the coming up of violin as an Indian instrument, how we have adopted, how we have adapted it into our own style. Over to Krishnan sir.
Hello everybody, very happy to be here. It's going to be a whirlwind tour of about the violin, its place in Carnatic music, how it is so unique and indispensable to our system of music. So I'll start with the music. So that's the best way to go about it.
Krishnan sir, your camera is has to be a little bit away from. Yes, sir. Perfect now. Perfect. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
So welcome to Carnatic music. What was played is a composition of my father and guru, a tillana, a compositional form which is used also in Bharatanatyam performances, the dance performances, in the Raga Mohana Kalyani. So I will ask Meena to just sing the first, as our music is primarily vocal based, Carnatic music.
Takata chanudim tata chanudim tata dirana 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 takata chanudim tata dirana.
So what was sung, we have essentially lyrics or syllables to fill in the music, and whatever is sung is being mimicked by the violin. Vocal based is Carnatic music. So I'll just repeat the same, whatever Meena sang. Ever since the advent of violin into the Carnatic music world, violin has dominated the field and has pushed all other instruments to the background because of the phenomenal potentialities of this instrument. The instrument is basically the same, but we have totally Indianized the instrument. So we have changed the tuning, we have changed the posture. And now Meena will demonstrate to you how the violin is being held. The sitting posture, most of the forms of our Indian music, we perform while sitting on the ground. So it is very ideal, as opposed to the Western way of playing the instrument. We sit down to suit our needs. And the scroll, this is the bottom of the violin, and it is always held on the right heel, as Meena will show you. Yes. And the top portion is held between the chest and the neck, and mostly below the collarbone. There are no chin rests, there are no shoulder rests as the Western music usually have. And the left hand does not support the instrument. While playing the Western music, it is held between the chin and the shoulder, and the left hand does the supporting of the instrument. But this is very ideal for producing our gamakams or graces, which is very indispensable for our system of music. Now Meena will demonstrate by singing some gamakam and playing it on the instrument. Visually it is upward and downward movement of the left hand, or the music, even the audio file. If you visually can see it, it will be upward and downward. Now over to Meena.
So that will be essentially
So the violin pushed flute and veena, which were basically accompanying instruments, before the advent of violin. Now about the tuning. How do we tune this instrument, the Indian or Carnatic violin? The pitch we choose is chosen according to the singer. If it is a male singer, it will be a low pitch. The tonic will be low. If it were to be a female singer, it will be slightly in the higher region. And this violin now is tuned to the pitch D. The basic tonic will be D, and the next string will be the fifth. D, A, D, A. But in the Western, the interval of perfect 5 is maintained throughout. The tuning, for those who are familiar, you will know that it is G, D, A, E. This will be G, next one D, A, and E. But now we have chosen the pitch to be D. And anything that is sung or anything that is played on another instrument in the genre of Carnatic music can be played on this instrument because the bow lends continuity, and we have 4 strings and we change, and we have developed a bani or a style. Great legends have, by continuous research and hard work, brought out a bani, and I belong to the Lalgudi Bani, which was founded by my father and guru, Lalgudi Sri Jairaman. Now, Meena will play just to demonstrate how anything can be played. She is going to play a familiar song. I'm sure you will be able to identify it. I'm sure everybody in this session will be able to identify what was played. It is obviously the happy birthday tune. So we have developed this unique technique of playing the violin, as I mentioned. And I'll just, because this is going to be a very short session, I'll be playing a composition in the Raga Desh. I'm not going to explain to you much about Desh, but basically it kindles the patriotic feeling. It is basically a North Indian raga, but borrowed into Carnatic music. As I play, my mind always thinks about the pandemic situation, and I play it so that we all get better. The world heals so fast, and we come back to the original normal very soon. So this again is a composition of my father and guru, and is in the Raga Desh. As you may have noticed, patriotic songs are composed in this ragam. I played something similar to Vande Mataram in between. Now over to this Tilana. So with this short presentation, we probably will move on to Q&A. Before we start that, I would like to thank Mr. Shivakumar Ishwaran for having put this program together. And it is wonderful meeting all of you. Even though I don't see every one of you, I thank the Rotary Club of Madras, Mr. Shivakumar Ishwaran, Chairman Youth Service. Thank you very much. And also Meenakshi, of course, for assisting.
So yes, boys and girls, now we have Meenakshi S. Ishwaran ma'am to moderate the session. Ma'am, please take over further for the Q&A.
Yeah. So as assimilated with a few of the questions, Krishnan sir, now the audience are very keen to understand that since you are an international performer, how different is it to perform for a non-Indian audience and an Indian audience?
That's a very interesting question. Being an instrumentalist, and this style is more of the gaiki anga. It is like the violin singing. It is not, we don't have an instrumental music as such. We usually choose the easier way. Normally, people will choose the easier way when they go to perform in a foreign country. They will play the very popular, very basic things, some of them. But when I go, because it is pure melody, it can captivate anybody. Of course, there is a balance. We have some heavy items, heavy classical ragas, which only the hardcore rasikas who are based out of India will be able to understand, or of Indian origin will be able to understand. In those cases, I can go totally hardcore Carnatic. It is a very beautiful balance. Of course, I'll be introducing some heavy classical ragas and probably balance it with some lighter ragas so that it becomes palatable. It's a cultivated taste, basically, our music. So we'll be doing justice and service to our music only if we introduce also the heavy items when we go and perform. That's been my strategy, and everybody has been receiving it so well. Thank you.
Sir, would you like to share a particular memory with any of your concert, which has always been with you? One in India and one outside India.
I will go for the first foreign concert, Concert Jibo. It happened in Netherlands. It was for the Festival of India. We had gone there for a mic test. And the hall was so acoustically designed. And before they could put on the mics, I just played a few notes. And somebody who was in the last row was able to listen to it. Then I sent my sister, Vijayalakshmi, to the last row and made her listen. And she could listen to every nuance. And it was a major festival. And we immediately took the risk or made the decision to play the concert micless. We said we'll do away with the mics. And it was the first ever time Carnatic music was played in such a fashion. And the people loved it, and we could see it from the standing ovation that we got at the end of the concert. This happened some 15 years back, to be precise. And
what about one in India?
India, we have so many memories. This art comes from the Guru, as you know. It is handed over from one generation to another, and I happen to be in the same family of musicians. So it is a Gurukulam for me by default. So 2013, my Guru had passed away. 2014, every year we play a New Year concert in Mylapore Fine Arts, Chennai. It has been a tradition which has been there since 1976, unbroken. Probably this year it will be a tricky situation. I'll come to the point state. And at the end of the concert, we played a composition of our Guru. And from nowhere, a butterfly came, and it was throughout the composition, throughout the Tillana that we played, it was just flying back and forth, and we could easily feel that it is not a normal butterfly. So these are messages which we should be very receptive to. And at the end of the concert, it was not rainy season, and we had a small shower. So it was proof enough that we are being guided. So that is one memory I would never like to forget.
Excellent, sir. So what is your favorite raga, sir?
The favorite ragas, it is not a constant. Depending on the mood that day, the ambience, the receptivity of the audience, the acoustics. So it could be any raga. It is hard to tell.
But generally, I mean, out of a concert, if they ask, like...
I mean, I would obviously say Shanmukha Priya and Thodi. Sometimes it is Bhairavi, sometimes it's Mohanam Madhyamavati.
And have you created any ragas of your own, sir?
Not yet. I mean, it is. I have composed for some dance productions.
Okay.
I mean, I have composed it in ragas, but which have never existed. But I do not.
Can we have a few, just a small snippet of your composition, sir? Just a small snippet. And these are the questions that the children have generated, sir. So there are only 2 interactive. So I am getting these questions on a message form, and the children are really keen to know.
This goes to prove that I don't play my own composition very often. You caught me off guard.
No, it was not. As I said, the children are sending me texts, and they want.
Okay.
And there's this last question that a particular child wants to know. Now, the tuning in our violin, like you said, DA and DA, is it to incorporate all the 3 octaves, which is so familiar of our singing style, rather than the Western? Has that got anything to do with why we tuned the violin in that format? Is one of the last questions that we have today, sir.
Yeah. D. D is the tonic, or we call it Sa. A is Pa, the 5th note. Sa and Pa are the notes which are devoid of gamakams in the Carnatic music system, so that they do not change, they are constant. Whereas other notes, Ri, Ga, Ma, Dha, Ni, they have a sharp note and a flat note. So we tune it basically to the constant notes. And violin being an instrument which can cover 3 or 4 octaves. So usually a vocalist traverses through 3 octaves. So the violin is good enough to handle that. So that is the basic reason.
There is another question, sir, and somebody wants to know how many hours of practice do you put in to get so much of melody and effortlessness out of your instruments?
I mean, initially it was basically some 10 hours of practice.
Continuous hours, sir?
No, with the breaks only. And it was perhaps more on holidays. It was some 12 hours on holidays. That was my initial thing. Then gradually, any machine can also depreciate. So you have to be very careful not to overwork, because the nerves are very important for such finesse. So you have to balance it. You have to give some gaps. And whenever you get into a mood, you don't watch the clock, you just get into the raga. Even now, not a single day passes without I practicing the violin for at least 2 hours. That is a must.
So there is one more question which many of them want to know of your interaction with Lal Gudi Mama as a father and Lal Gudi Mama as a guru.
Yes. Mostly it was the guru who was there with me all the time. And of course, we had opportunities when we went to the beach or we went to the movie. That was the father taking over the guru. But mostly it was the guru, because even in practice, when he was away, he'll be listening to it wherever he was, and the guru will come running if some deviation happens or some mistake happens. So mostly we would be seeing the guru, and it's a blessing to have had that, because what you are today is because of the guru. Thank you very much. Is that it?
And lastly, they wanted to know just one more question. Which has been more enjoyable in composing, a tilana or a varnam for Lal Gudi Mama?
I mean, each one,
we know, sir. Each one is a masterpiece and unique on its own. But there is just this query that somebody wanted to ask, what he enjoyed more, composing a tilana or composing a varnam?
See, mostly padavarnams, which have lyrics throughout. Such compositions came out because some dancer would request him. So when the request came in, he would get into that zone and he would forget what is happening outside. And Tillanas, of course, came out of his own inspiration, and he made a very deliberate choice that since there were so many kritis, only Tillanas and varnams were in shortage. So he thought he should contribute to that. And he was equally interested in melody and rhythm. So all his Tillanas are soaked in melody, but there is an undercurrent of mathematics. Like I always used to say that it's jalapeno dipped in chocolate.
Yes.
So you only feel the chocolates, but he didn't have a preference as such to Tillanas or because it was equal enjoyment, I would say. Music for him was such.
Thank you, sir. As a parting question, the children would like to know your message to them as a guru, and how the children can retain this very rich Indian culture through music, through violin.
Yes.
What should they actually do? It is the last question that they have.
Yes, it's a very interesting question. Everybody, whichever country they are, they should stay connected with the culture and arts of that country. I presume most of us are Indians here. So it is essential for us to know our culture, and culture, the best way to learn, to assimilate is through the music and the classical music. You don't have to be a performer. You have to learn to sing. You have to learn to appreciate. You have to learn to play an instrument that really sharpens your intellect and your focus and single-mindedness into academics. Art is just for enjoyment and elevation. It is not a competition at all. So you start enjoying it. It's a stress buster. It is, they say, immunity. It brings into you a great invisible, intangible immunity, because you are subject to a lot of emotional stresses and a lot of things happening in the social media. But this, you can get into your bubble, which will be a spa-like bubble. And you have to have that connect with your arts and try to practice. Don't worry about you are not as good as a professional. That doesn't matter. But changes will happen in the person. So that's my sincere advice to everybody. And when there is a concert happening, please make it a point to go and attend or to listen to classical music. I only advocate that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the most wonderful session, sir. We have got to know so many aspects of music that that was not known to us before. And the children really thank you, and they have asked you to be so kind that that you have given your precious time, and you have answered so many of their queries, and they are now really recharged and wanting to know more about Indian classical music and violin through you, sir. Thank you so much for this wonderful session, sir.
I equally enjoyed the interesting questions, and thank you for coordinating, and thanks to Mr. Shivakumar also.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope you all really enjoyed the classical music. And thank you very much to Meenakshi S. Ishwaran ma'am for moderating it. And to speak about sir, we have a lot of messages to take away today. So one thing that I learned today is patience is the key to success. That is one. And second, number one is the more you practice, the more you master. And the third one is your guru is very, very essential. So I have a lot of takeaways. As ma'am said, we have a lot of takeaways regarding the music, but I also took something away for my life. Thank you very much, sir. And so does the Interactors here. And over to Jarvis for the virtual felicitation. Thank you very much, Jarvis. Thank you very much, sir. And my boys, my girls, yes, here is my favorite environmentalist. He is a wonderful person whom you can always lend your ears to learn more about zoology and biology, as well as many other things. He is very famous for reconstruction of lakes and a lot of things. To know more about him, let me call Rotarian past President Mohan to introduce our next resource person. Rotarian Mohan, over to you.
Please. Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir. Audible. I'm able to hear you.
Yes. Very good. Thank you very much for inviting me to introduce a very dear friend and someone who has been of tremendous help to the Rotary Club of Madras, Arun Krishnamurthy. I think there is no one in the environment field who does not know anything about Arun Krishnamurthy. Arun Krishnamurthy, if you look at him, when he'll come on the screen, you will think he is one of the Interactors. He looks so young. He's only 34 years old, and you'll be happy to note at such a young age, he has already done more than 130 lakes restoration, pan-India. And that shows the dedication that he has in doing the lake restoration, which helps hundreds of thousands of people to get drinking water. Briefly, I want to tell you that Arun Krishnamurthy has qualified in Netherlands on the water management, and he knows every minute detail of the water management. Besides this, he was also working for Google, a lucrative job which he chucked up because he wanted to devote his life for environment. And he is so busy doing that there are more and more lakes that are being restored at this point of time. I'm also very happy that Rotary Club of Madras, for us, he is currently restoring 6 lakes, and they're almost done. And he has been working around the clock to restore these lakes in such a short time, in barely 6 months, because we have to finish a lot of work before the monsoon. I don't want to be taking away too much of your time. I'm sure all of you are very eager to listen to Arun Krishnamurthy, and I will pass it on to him, and he's going to tell us the usefulness of lake restoration and the deficit that our country is facing as far as the water shortage is concerned, and how we as Rotary Club and Arun Krishnamurthy environmentalists are helping many people get drinking water. Over to Arun Krishnamurthy.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for that kind introduction. And I thank you for mentoring several of the projects that we've taken up. It's been a wonderful experience working with you. Those kind words are truly motivating. I thank Ryla for giving me this opportunity to reach out to several young leaders who are this nation's future. I'm very positive of the fact that the Rotary Club in general is a launch pad for several social workers. I say this because whether it's the polio program, whether it's education, healthcare programs that the Rotary Club has run, and how they've motivated several youngsters right from school to universities to take active part has been instrumental in creating several social leaders. And that's where my story begins, as to how each of us have a role to play. Planet conservation efforts. The paper was handed over to each of you now. And if we asked you to draw something about nature, what would most of you draw? You'll draw a hill, you'll draw a stream, you'll draw a coconut tree, you'll draw a V-shaped bird, and you'll put a tiny little triangle house under that coconut tree. And that's exactly the imagery that most of us would immediately put out. But then comes the question, how many of us have each of those? And how many of us understand what it takes to conserve everything that we just drew or imagined? Take, for example, Bangalore, Hyderabad. Just day before yesterday, Bangalore was flooding. A week ago, Hyderabad was devastated by urban floods. Chennai in 2015. And this has been a constant. This has been a constant in most urban Indian setup. Poor urban design and poor urban planning and carelessness from larger citizenry has led to such strong environmental damage that each of us is paying a price day in and day out. For most of us, a lake or a pond is a deep pit with sheets and sheets of water. But when do we realize that every lake and a pond is a habitat? Frogs, snakes, crabs, turtles, birds, and so many other life forms which depend on these water bodies thrive in that habitat. If we asked members who are watching or listening right now, what do you want to do in a lake? Most of us would want to go swim in it. Some of us would want to drink water from it. Few of us would like to sit by the bunds of the lake to read a book. But when was the last time we were able to do any of that? Any Indian city or most of the rural pockets today have only contaminated water bodies. What should it take for us to deserve a better life? A life where we have clean air, fresh water. That's where today I'm going to show you, present to you the story of one great saint who moved in from Sri Lanka to India, and as to how he helped establish a water body in the town of Chidambaram. The story is of Tirunjana Prakasam. Tirunjana Prakasam, a Sri Lankan citizen who in the early 1900s was employed with the British Army. He was one of the sepoys in the British Army. And then, as you know, the British Army had several divide and rule practices, not just here, but world over in all their colonies. So they did the same in Sri Lanka too. The religion that Tirunjana Prakasam followed taught him to respect all life forms, especially they revered the cow as a holy animal. And they wouldn't feed on that meat of the cow, or anything to kill the cow was considered offensive in their religion. The British officer who was presiding over Tirunjana Prakasam's battalion issued an order. And the order stated that all sepoys should start bringing beef, veal, and cow's meat from the following week. Extremely distressed by this development, Tirunjana Prakasam quit his job and he moved to India. He moved to the holy temple town of Tiruvannamalai in Tamil Nadu. He had a calling towards Tiruvannamalai, so he moved to Tamil Nadu. And when he was in his spiritual quest, he had a greater calling from this town of Chidambaram, which is a little away from the coast, a beautiful town with an amazing temple complex. So when he moved to Chidambaram, all that he realized was Despite being not very far from the coast, and despite receiving quite a few abundant rain showers through the year, this temple town often had water issues. He wanted to do something. And the messaging that he got from nature was, do not search for God in the name of religion. Look out for God in the name of nature and serve people, serve every life form by doing something to protect what is there and establishing new habitats. Thus, he created a whole new pond. He created a pond, and rightly that pond is now named after him in the Chidambaram town. He established this pond, which exists even today. Like this, there are so many sacrificial stories from across India, whether it's Bangaradoddi's canal story from near Mysore, Tirukalingarayan's canal story from Erode, Coimbatore region, or the stories from Tamarabarani, from Punjab to West Bengal to Gujarat. India has phenomenal water heroes that we need to celebrate. A friend, a journalist friend once told me, Arun, you know why most youngsters don't want to participate in environment? And I asked why. She said, their minds are so filled with politics, movies, and sports. Even the Ryla members who are right now listening to this, what would you be doing this evening? Some of us would probably be watching a television show which is about locking bunch of well-known celebrities into a house and viewing their day-to-day activities. Bunch of us would sit and watch cricket on a Premier League platform. A bunch of us would probably be interested in elections that are happening in America or elections that are going to soon happen across several parts of India. And there is so many things to watch on OTT platforms. How does an environmentalist like me find space in each of your mind for planet conservation? How do we get each of you to start thinking about snow leopards, the clouded leopards, the Himalayas, the Vindhyas, the rivers, the lakes, the ponds, our ocean, or our air pollution in Delhi, the flooding in Hyderabad? How are we going to get all of you to participate in such efforts? That is where the challenge lies. And my request to participating members today, I'm not here to advise, I'm here with a request. You as young individuals who have technology at the whiff of your hands, who have so much creativity, can you please come back and let us know on how you think we should reach out to you to convince you in participating in real time, result oriented conservation? Because most of us today believe that if we share the poster of a tiger on Facebook, that we've protected the tiger. Or if we've gone on Instagram and put out a story stating, I want to see a clean lake in Bangalore, we assume next day when we wake up, there would be a clean lake. No, it doesn't happen that way. You can ask Mr. Mohan or any of the Rotary Club members who've been working on the field as to what efforts they have to put in to find the money, to convince the government, and then to execute a project in real time, to face all the challenges that come by, and then to protect that water body scientifically. It is extremely interesting. There is somebody in this crowd who really knows how to write well. There is somebody in this crowd who's really good with their photography and video making skills. One of you is good with acting, and one of you is a science wizard. One of you is interested in policy. We need you people. We need you people to use your skill sets and talents. Come help us make documentaries on lakes and ponds. Come help us do photo documentation of lakes and ponds. Help us do policy drafts on protecting lakes and ponds. Come act with us in street theater. Help us make a web series which talks about India's environment. We are looking out for youngsters who can step out and participate. It's always easy to be part of the problem. It's extremely difficult to be part of the solution. I throw this challenge at you, especially at a time when the pandemic has crippled our freedom in more ways than one. We're not able to step out. We are locked indoors. We have to be extra cautious. Probably this is a time to introspect. How are we going to care for the planet and ensure that a perpetual planet is possible through our participation? I'm going to try to show you some images of the Jnana Prakasam pond that we restored. And as soon as I show you that, later I will then open up for questions. Just spare me a minute. So this is the Jnana Prakasam pond that I was talking about. When we took up this water body last year for restoration, the water body looked like this, completely filled with clay, on which there was a lot of sewage that had flown in. And this is exactly from which point the sewage was flowing into the water body, and the water body was dry. And if you're visiting Chidambaram, when you look at the temple complex there, you'll be amazed that such kind of architecture, such kind of engineering was possible so many hundreds of years ago, when they didn't have the modern technology. And they were spiritual leaders like Thiruñana Prakasam, who had dug out a pond such as this to quench the thirst of people. But then when you looked at the pond today, it was so disheartening that none of us cared. We had dumped so much plastic waste and letting sewage into this water body. We got through a lot of hurdles, and there was a wonderful officer, sub-collector by the name Thiru Vishu Mahajan, and now a new sub-collector by name Thiru Madhubalan IAS, who tremendously supported the civil society movement to revive this water body. So many individuals from the temple town of Chidambaram jointly involved in this effort, strengthened this effort. It was very hard, a challenging task to revive this pond. We started cleaning the pond, deepening the pond, removing all the trash, regulating the inlet and the outlet. When I was doing this, I would often get demotivated because it was such a difficult thing to do. That is when a senior citizen by name Mr. Sengutuvan, who's a social activist for such a long time, he called me and he said, Arun, don't get demotivated. I'll tell you the story. And he presented to me the story of Thiruñana Prakasam, how this gentleman from Sri Lanka came to India and he found his true spiritual calling in nature conservation. And he said, way back then, if he could do that with all this machinery and technology, why can't we do better, Arun? Don't give up, keep going. And I felt a sudden rush of energy in me when I heard this story. There are so many selfless individuals. And I'm not just saying this. Modern day Thiruñana Prakasam is people like Mr. Mohan, who at the age of 70 plus, when you would assume that people like him would retire and be at home, the energy with which they step out and want to participate in real-time work. Youngsters who are listening to this, you should take cue from such individuals and you should give them more reasons to believe that they're leaving with us a planet that we can take care of. After all this work that we did, this is the drone imagery that we're showing you as to how we removed all the garbage, the sewage loaded silt and more. The monsoons struck magically. This was in 2019. All through July, August, September, we worked on this water body. And in October of 2019, when the monsoon struck, the water body got filled completely. And we were able to plant so many saplings around this. And this water body is even today, a year later, is in clean, good condition. Now just look at the before and the after image. This is the taste of success. This is the taste of satisfaction, of real happiness. Because there are so many of us who got together, people's name you would not know. And you would be out there in the pond. You will see that one fish, one crab, one squirrel, and you'll really feel happy. No money, no technology, no machinery, or no other worldly pleasures, consumeristic pleasures will be able to give you that happiness. That is where I'm inviting each of you to explore, experience, and participate in conservation of India's environment. You and I are blessed to be living in a country that we call home, which is home to so many different life forms. Why be a dirty Indian in a beautiful India? And today is such an auspicious day where we think about every single tool and element that adds value to our life. That is exactly where I request each of you to think about how you and I are going to be the tool to a glorious, beautiful India. This Vijayadashmi, my calling to each of you is to think about the planet, to think about your country, whether it's India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, wherever you're from. We are all one. We are all one. My humble request is inviting each of you to take time out, You have a skill, you have a talent, and we have limited time on this planet. Let's please get together and let's participate in conserving what is left. I thank the Rotary Club for inspiring people like me to take part in real-time, result-oriented fieldwork. Volunteer for India and her environment. This Vijayadashmi, I wish you all great success in anything and everything that you want to do. And I only hope that you would think about India's environment in that too. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Mr. Arun. Your address was really thought-provoking, and it was just a spark of guilt just came out of me, and it asked me to preserve and save planet Earth from our people. So, thank you very
Rishi,
much.
sorry to interrupt. Can I request our admin to unmute everybody so we can hear one big round of applause for one and only Arun Krishnamurthy, please?
Yes, sir.
Really inspirational, Arun. Thank you so much for attending.
Jarvis, I request you to unmute all the participants. Let's hear their claps here. Yes, Interactors. I suppose by this time your mics are. Thank you very much, friends.
Thank you so much, Arun. Yeah,
thank you very much,
over,
friends.
Rishi.
Yes, sir. So, friends, I know you all would have a lot of questions to be put forth to our resource person, Mr. Arun. So, if you have something like that, please put it in the chat box. We'll be happy to take 3 questions. Jarvis, I request you to put enable to a mode where people can't unmute, so that it will be easy for us to. Perfect. So. Sir, all the interactors enjoyed your address, and you could see the chat box. It's just flooding with outstanding and inspiring speech. They really enjoyed it, and they now know the responsibility, how it is important to preserve the Mother Earth.
I look forward to all of them. Thank you for this opportunity.
Arun, can I request you to show some pictures of our Rotary Club of Madras lake restoration projects, if it is possible for you right now?
Can I send it to you after this? Because on my phone, I don't have it. I'm out in the field. That's why I had limited. But I clearly share.
Please do share, yes.
Club of Madras, we're working on the magnanimous Madambakkam Lake. It's the largest project which any civic society group has done so far. It's a 257-acre, 1,000-year-old water body in southeast Chennai. And we worked with them on the Koladi Lake, the Ayappakam Aparna Nagar Lake, and then we've also worked with them on the Thirumalai Vail Pond, and with Rotary Club of Madhapuram, again through Mr. Mohan's support, we are working at the Agasteswara Temple Pond at Panchetti, which is near Karanodai. In addition to this, we have also taken up an ambitious Sitalapakkam Lake Restoration project, which we're going to start next year. So there's been a lot of effort that's gone into in totality. The Rotary Club of Maraki supported us in 2 ponds. We also work with the Rotary clubs in Pune, in Sikandrabad. So it's a phenomenal experience to work with all of them.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We definitely look forward to those pictures. Thank you.
Yes, I share it without fail. Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Arun, we have a question from one of our interactors. He's asking, which is the point of time we can see all the lakes that are fresh and suitable to drink? So could you please take up this question, Mr. Arun?
Human beings don't visit that lake. In a matter of 3 years, that particular lake will see absolutely pure quality in it. It's called Anthropocene. Yeah, in scientific terms, it's called Anthropocene. Human impact, everything that human beings do has impact on nature, right? And some good, some bad, some alters the natural. That's what it's called as Anthropocene. So to answer this question, pure quality of drinking water in lakes and ponds, unless the glacial fed lake, it's not possible anywhere, not just in India, in the world today, because there's so much air pollution. With that mind, pure quality drinking water just
Perfect, Mr. Arun. Thank you very much for answering, taking up the question. And we have one more question. So, youngsters, today's youngsters are very much focused to see the wildlife. So, what are the opportunities and scope of Interactors that is for the people, children of age group with less than 18, how they can work in conservation of wildlife?
Sure. When you think wildlife, right, what we've been made to assume is tiger, elephant is wildlife. And we assume that cities don't have wildlife. Chennai has such vibrant wildlife scenes, whether it's the birds of Chennai, snakes of Chennai. When was the last time Ryla members saw a frog hopping around their compound, right? Frogs have become so rare these days. A dragonfly, sea turtles which nest on Chennai's beaches, dolphins of Chennai's oceans. All of this account for wildlife. And when we think about wildlife, right, my humble request to all participating members, let's not make them a touristic subject, right? And let's not all immediately become wildlife photographers who want pictures of them for our social media handles. But can we respect that wildlife, right? Imagine if human beings were getting extinct and bunch of turtles just walked into our house and then walked into our bedrooms and started clicking our pictures and just putting it on their social media. That's what we're doing to our turtles, frogs, snakes, birds, and more today. We're going into their habitat. We don't care what they're doing. We don't respect their life and their lifestyle. And we just want to click images and make videos on them and then put it out, which is unfortunate. So my humble request is the opportunities to observe wildlife is all around us, from a tiny insect to a mollusk to a crustacean to a bird and more is available. It's our interest that we'll have to develop. Look for their feeding pattern and habits. Look for their habitat characteristics. Look for what is hindering their safe living and see how we can contribute. Wherever you are, whether in Tambaram, Tiruvachur, you're in Bombay, you're in Kolkata, every city has its innate wildlife. So let's focus on that. And when you're grown up and when you have the opportunity to step out and be in an organized program to work for wildlife reserves, whether it's Mudumalai or Jim Corbett, please do take that as a career option because there's a lot of work to do in forests.
Perfect. Thank you very much for patiently taking up the question, Mr. Arun. So I have one more last and final question. So we see a lot of wall paintings subjected to Environment Foundation India in many parts of the nation throughout the India. So what is the level of impact that it has created? And we will also be very happy to hear from you about which is the largest lake that Environment Foundation India has restored till date.
Why we do wall paintings across cities is none of us want to see these political graffitis. None of us want to see these movie posters or ugly medical posters being stuck on all public walls. Why can't our public walls have information about the wildlife of our city? That's what we've done in Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Delhi, Bombay, Kolkata. What we've done is we've taken on these public walls, we've painted. It's more like a museum. So you drive from Adayar to High Court, all along the road, you'll find every single bird's English name, Tamil name with the bird's imagery painted. Most of these paintings were done by students. So if there are RYLA members who are a good artist, not when I say good artists, people who are just brave enough to come out and paint, it doesn't matter. Please step out. So we can take on public walls and paint it because it builds an awareness. When you're driving by, when you're walking by, to keep hitting people with that messaging that this is the wildlife that lives in this neighborhood. So please protect it. That's the idea with which we do those wall paintings. For the largest water body that we've worked on, as I mentioned, the 257-acre Madambakkam Lake, which we're working in support with support from Rotary Club of Madras, is one of the largest projects. We have done the Kinhi Gadegaon Reservoir project in Bhandara, which is in Maharashtra. The interesting story about it's right next to the Koka Wildlife Sanctuary. And why that water body is very interesting is the river that runs close to the lake is called the Van Ganga. The Van Ganga river is a tributary to river Godavari. So the Van Ganga originates in Madhya Pradesh, runs through Maharashtra, comes to Telangana and merges with Godavari. And it's on the banks of this river that Sir Rudyard Kipling got inspired to write the Jungle Book. So the forest where Mowgli, Bagheera, Balu, all of them live, it drains into a lake. And we had the opportunity to work on that lake thanks to support from Hinduja Foundation, Ashok Leland, the district collector of Bhandara. So we worked on that lake last year, and it's a phenomenal water body that has given us so many life lessons.
Thank you very much, Mr. Arun, for your patience once again. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So I know you all will have the app called YouTube in your phone. So just go inside. There is something called as Environment Foundation India, a channel which is there inside the Environment Foundation in India, which is there in the YouTube. Just go into it. Once upon a time, Mr. Arun invited me to watch a movie called Hydrostan, which is in his office in Tiruvannur. So I really enjoyed to know more about the tributaries of river Ganges and Bhavani and many other lakes and rivers. So I take the privilege on behalf of Mr. Arun to invite you all to go and see the film further. And of course, there is a lot of scope for youngsters to conserve the nature. So all you have to do is just go, make sure that we are always conscious and we are very much focused in conservation. So change begins from self is the message that Mr. Arun is giving us. Thank you very much, Mr. Arun.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, everybody.
Over to my smart computer, Jarvis, to display the felicitation poster of Mr. Arun Krishnamurthy. Wow, sir, that's a live thing that that my smart computer has did it for you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's time for the quiz. Your brains, it's time for action to your brains, and all your fastest fingers will really matter here. Over to Rotarian Suresh Amirapu for Q&A for the quiz program.
Good afternoon, everybody, and good evening, wherever you are. The next part of our program is a fun quiz. The rules of entering the quiz are very simple. You have to log in to this website, www.menti.com. Enter the passcode that you see there, which is 5534714. That's the password. You enter that. You'll be asked to give a nickname. It would help us a great deal if you choose a nickname which is a mixture of your name and your school. So that way we can identify you guys easily. I've given some examples there. You can use that. And after that, the actual quiz is very simple. The question will appear on the screen and you need to answer before the countdown ends. Okay, so you'll be judged on two things. One is the accuracy of your answer, and the second is the speed of your answer. And don't hesitate to answer any of the questions because there is no negative marks and you don't get any, and if you answer wrong, if you don't give an answer, then you'll only get 0 points. There's nothing negative. So remember, it's a fun quiz and please take part in that. We have a leaderboard, so you will know how you're doing as the quiz progresses. And last but not least, we have some very nice prizes for the winners. One last thing, remember, this is a fun quiz, but we want you to use your own knowledge. So don't ask a friend, don't Google, and don't forget that, sooner you're all interactors. Very soon you'll be full Rotarians. The 4-way test applies to you as well. And as you can realize, if you try and get the answer from Google or some other friend tells it to you, then obviously you will not be fair to the others. And you know very well the four-way test says that, is it fair to all concerned? So with these few words, enjoy yourself, and I will see you inside the quiz room.
So yes, my boys and girls, as my one of the favorite Rotarian, Mr. Suresh has said, we are very much eager to meet you all in the quiz room. We all love Kaun Banega Crorepati, but we don't want to provide all the options of calling a friend and take 50-50 options away and things. So now we are waiting eagerly to meet you all in the quiz room. And sharp by 4 o'clock, we have another young musical maestro to meet you all. So let's be back.
Okay, quizzers, please sign up because we are going to close the quiz room and then start the actual quiz itself. So please sign up now. I'll give you a few more seconds to sign up.
dragon fire. You feel the dragon fire.
we already know that by this time, all the interactors here would have definitely enjoyed the quiz program, because the screen share was enabled and I could see things, and I was literally nervous as well. So definitely, so that the interactors will also have a quiz. So we will have email IDs. So I want to get your send your email
Ladies and gentlemen, the galaxy of intellectuals, Your Excellency, invited guests, Rotarians, my dear interactors, this is a different evening. We are here ahead to discover the colors of cultural fest unfold. Now it's time to acknowledge the talent of our brimming interactors through the form of skill play, dance, and music performance. Hold your breath for the captivating performances ahead of the 5 following interactors. So, the 5 interactors are Lalaji Memorial Omega International School, Sanjoria,
7 minutes. Perfect. Perfect. Shit, I'll make a go Stop பண்ணிடுவா. Okay. Ready? 2, 1. Stop. Yeah, fine.
So yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I know you all enjoyed watching the cultural performance. As I said earlier, we have a young musical maestro. So let me call Rotarian Asha Matan to introduce the champ to us. Over to you, Rotarian Asha.
Good evening, dignitaries, Rotarians, teachers, Rotaractors, my dear Interactors, and a special welcome to Lydian and Mr. Satish Varshan, Lydian's dad. Referred to as one of India's treasures by the maestro A.R. Rahman, Lydian Nadaswaram is truly a powerhouse of music. A multi-instrumentalist, he is best known for his prowess on the piano, especially after he won the $1 million prize, the world's best, the multi-genre talent show organized by the American television station CBS. He achieved this after competing with participants from more than 150 countries and literally put Chennai on the world map. Lydian's foray into the musical world was as a drummer when he was just 23 months old. His father, music director Satish Varshan, taught him the basics and showed him a YouTube video of the Hong Kong piano prodigy Sung Sung. 8-year-old Lydian thought that Sung Sung could play the piano so well at such a young age. He could also do that, and the rest is history. Lydian, who is naturally endowed with perfect pitch, went on to master one feat after the other, passing all his Trinity exams with distinctions and earned the advanced certificate in piano with an All India first rank and swept multiple awards. He trained under the late Emmanuel Tyakishwaran and Mr. Augustine Paul and honed his skills training at Rahman Scale Conservatory of Music. Lydian has traveled across numerous countries to perform and has acted in his first movie, a Hindi musical, Attain Chatkan. He has been signed up as music director for Malayalam actor Mohanlal's directorial debut, Barros, and also nurtures hopes of being part of Elon Musk's Space 10 program in 2023, which will take a few musicians to the moon and where he can realize his dream of playing the piano on the moon. Truly, the sky is not the limit for this little Mozart. Welcome, Lydian. So Lydian, we have a whole lot of young people here, and I would invite them to keep sending their questions so that along with what I have for you, I can just mix a few of their questions too. So let me start with a very, so good to have you here, Lydian. When did you first realize you had this extraordinary passion for music? What is your earliest memory in this regard?
Well, I started my career at my age 2 as a drummer, and my family saw that, and they came to know that I am into music something, and they started to train me in music and to teach me a few instruments like drums and music theory and mridangam tabla. And then, of course, my career became music, and we stopped my regular schooling. So now I'm a full-time musician.
Wow, that's great. So how many hours do you practice in a day?
Well, it really depends on what piece and what instrument I'm playing. So each day it differs.
Okay. But on an average, 5 to 6 hours or more, or?
Yes, you can keep it like that.
Okay. So what does your typical day look like? So, from the time you wake up till you end the day, what does it look like?
Well, the whole day I'll be in music, and I'm not a regular school-going boy. I'm homeschooled, so I spend all of my time, in music. I compose, I practice piano, practice other instruments, and I learn a lot of things in music. So that's what my daily routine looks like.
Super. And I know you also play a large number of instruments. So you play the guitar, the bass guitar, the melodica, the tabla, the mridangam, the violin you have started learning, the harmonica, and of course the piano. which is your favorite instrument and why?
I like piano and drums.
Okay, and
because because those two are my main instruments, but all other instruments are my favorites, but these two are my most favorites.
Oh, super. Thanks, Lydian. Now, I know there have been a whole lot of personalities who have actually inspired you on this musical journey, starting from your father, Mr. Satish Varshan, your sister, who is also a great musician herself, Rahman sir, Ilayaraja sir. So can you just tell us tell us a little about how each of them inspired you and how they have helped you become what you are today?
Well, my father and my sister, I can say that they are one of the biggest supports in my musical career, and they teach me a lot and they guide me in a lot of positive ways and a lot of possible ways. And even Rahman uncle and Ilayaraja uncle, they inspire me more to compose music and to improve in my music.
Great. Yeah, okay, thank you. So for a 15-year-old, it's definitely a challenge to balance schoolwork, homework, exams, and other academic activities. Even though you are homeschooled, I'm sure you have a schedule for all this. So how do you manage to pursue your passion for music along with all these school or studies-related activities?
So it's like whenever I want to study, I will study. Whenever I want to do music, I'll do it. So I don't have any restrictions, to study for like this amount of time and to do music for this amount of time.
Right.
So it's so it depends.
Yeah. So I understand. So you kind of compartmentalize your time that you have, and that's at your freedom to do it. Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Great,
Yes.
Lydian. Now, you have done many different things. I've been following you for the last, I would say, last 6-7 years, ever since we did that young musicians concert in Museum Theatre, where I was the compere and I introduced you. After that, I'm seeing you face to face now. So one of the things that you did so beautifully is playing the piano blindfolded. Now, let me just show our young audience what you did before I come to, what the question I want to ask you. Playing the piano blindfolded.
Okay.
We'll just see that now.
Okay.
So, Lydian, I think, how old were you when you did this? I think you were in Argentina when you played this at a music store. Were you in, I can't hear you. Are you on mute, Lydian? Can you unmute yourself? Can the host unmute Lydian, please? I can't hear him.
Yes.
Yeah, Lydian. So you were in Argentina, if I recollect, right? When you did this, and how old were you?
So I was 13 years old.
Wow.
During that time.
And how do you do it? I mean, how do you know all the keys by heart? I mean, can you just close your eyes and know where is the C and the G and the F? Or how does it work? Tell us your secret.
It's nothing like secret. It's just practice and it's just practice, and I just visualize the piano keys, so it just comes.
Okay, wow, wow. Yeah, I know, and it's truly amazing. Now, I know your
Thank you so
older
much.
sister, yeah, you're welcome. Your older sister, Amruta Varshini, is also an accomplished musician, and so is your father. So I'm just interested to know, what is your conversation on your dining table, like your dining table conversation? What does it go like? Is it all about music, or do you all discuss something else too?
Yeah, mostly it'll be about music. And that's it. Yeah.
It's mostly
Mostly it'll
about
be about
music.
music.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
my interactors, one of them wants to know, do you get time for
Okay.
other regular pursuits of a 15-year-old, like playing games, watching movies, social media? Do you have any other pursuits?
I don't play games, and I play a lot of instruments, so it's not boring for me to do anything else. And morning I do exercise, and before this pandemic, whenever we go to some concerts, we stay in a decent hotel, so there will be swimming pools. So I just used to go and swim there. So that's one of my hobbies.
Wow. Well, that's an excellent exercise too, Lydian. So both for
Yeah.
the
So
body
apart
and
from
mind.
music, I like to do these kind of things.
Great. Okay. Um, Another achievement is your ability to play on two different instruments. So it could be two grand pianos, left hand on one and right hand on the other, or sometimes two entirely different instruments. So I would like our young audience to hear that too. So
Okay.
let them listen to that before we go on to the next question. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome, awesome. What I wanted
Thank
to
you.
ask you, Lydian, is I have also heard you play two different pieces on both hands. So I saw you play the national anthem on your right hand, and I'm not able to recollect whether it was Vande Mataram on your left hand. That was something you did too, right?
No, it was the national integration song. It was Mile
Absolutely,
Sur
correct,
Mer Hai
correct.
Tumhara.
Milisur on your left hand and national anthem. Now, how do you do that? I mean, how do both sides of your brain get thinking to do this? What's the secret?
It's just practice. That's it.
You're so humble, Lydian. It can't be just practice,
Thanks.
but we will take you for it. It's amazing. Okay, we have talked so much about music. Now let me ask you a question, which I would ask a typical 15-year-old who is going to a regular school. What is your favorite subject and why?
I like science.
Nice. And I think there's a lot of science in music too, right?
Of course.
Yeah, great. And in science, is there any particular, whether it's biology or chemistry or physics or
Yeah, mostly I like to read
maths?
about space, astrology.
Mm,
Oh, sorry,
okay,
not
right.
astrology. Yeah.
Astronomy. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
Well done. Okay,
as
great.
astronomy.
That's
Sorry about that.
yeah. So do you read a lot of books on astronomy, or how does it work?
I just watch documentaries, and of course, I also read books. So
Okay.
this is one of my hobby.
Wow. Okay, great. So I would now like to touch on what made you, what brought you onto the global map, which is your CBS show where you won the world's best. Now, I would like the young, the young interactors, the young audience to also see what got you there? I know you played blindfolded there. I know you played on 2 grand pianos, a black and a white, if I recollect. And also you did something very, very different, which got you to that place. So we are going to just show our young audience, of course, this is recorded because this happened more than a year ago, to see what you did, which was so different and which actually clinched the prize for you. Wasn't that awesome? And let me let out a little secret, Lydian. I know you can play 350, right?
Yeah.
It's just that I know your dad's kind of restraining it so that the pieces don't fly before you. I know it's awesome, Lydian. It's simply awesome. So we have a question from the audience where they wanted to know what you did during lockdown. And I know that you did something very different from during lockdown, and the great maestro Ilayaraja sir himself had complimented you. Can you tell us something more about it?
So during the starting of this pandemic and this lockdown, we posted videos in YouTube daily, and we recreated one of Ilayaraja uncle songs. It's from the Tiruvasagam, and it's a 20 minutes piece. It's fully orchestrated. So we recreated that in home and we posted that, and he saw that, and the next day morning itself he called, and first he appreciated us, and he told that I'm doing a song for this pandemic, for the corona, and he asked us to work for it, and we worked, and that was a very special moment for us.
Wow, thank you. Thanks, Lydian. And you recently added one more feather to your cap by acting in a musical, Attain Chaktan. Or did I get it wrong? Attain Chaktan. Attain Chaktan, absolutely. Yeah. So you can see my Hindi is not as good as yours, right? So I have understood that you had to learn Hindi also for this movie. So can you tell us a little about how that acting experience was?
Yeah, it was really a very good experience, and this was my first film in acting, so I learned a lot of things. And before the actual schedule, we had like a 10 days workshop in Mumbai, learning about acting from my acting teacher, Mr. Adesh Rati, and also the director, Uncle Mr. Soumya Shivhare. So there I got to learn so much things about acting, and also on the set, and the whole Atkan Chatkan team treated me like one amongst them. So I was so comfortable to act.
Wow, thank you. That's wonderful. And I know you're also working on Mohanlal sir's upcoming movie, 3D movie. Has work started on that? Barros, yeah. Has work started on that? Yeah. Have you worked a little? You've already started. Okay, so I think we have time for a last question now. There are many 14 and 15-year-olds in the audience today listening to you, and many who would want to pursue their passion and become an outstanding achiever like you in whatever field they take up. So what suggestions or tips can you give them?
I'm not so experienced to give any advice to anyone, but I would just say, just practice, practice, practice. That's it.
Wow, Lydian, that's so beautiful. I think those 3 words mean so much. And if I may ask you, like you've achieved so much, playing blindfold, playing on 2 instruments, playing a speed that no one else in the world can play, can come anywhere close to you. What is the next milestone that you are looking at achieving?
So now I'm working on a project which is totally different, and no one has done that in the world. I hope so. So that will release soon, and you will see that soon.
Oh, wow. Thanks for letting us know that something's coming up that's different and something that all of us can look forward to. Thank you so much, Lydian, for your time. Thank you, Varshan sir, for getting Lydian on board this evening. And if someone who is so young could conquer the world at the age of 13, there's so much more that each of us who are listening to you today can achieve. And if only we set our heart onto it and just practice, 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 as Lydian said, so that all of us can become perfect. Thank you, Lydian, for motivating and inspiring each one of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
So yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we saw the power-packed program by Lydian and our own Rotarian Asha Martin. So let me call my smart computer Jarvis to felicitate our guest virtually. Perfect. So Lydian, this is a small token of love from our end to you. Thank you very much for joining us. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we all saw a previous session, that is Mr. Arun Krishnamurthy's session. He said that Rotary Club of Madras is contributing a lot towards sustainable environments. As you guys know, previously we call Rotary's areas of focus as 6 area focus. And fortunately, the present scenario, we have converted it to a 7 area of focus. So with sustainable environments as the 7th area of focus. So with regards to that, Rotary Club of Madras has already presented a couple of decades back and started to work with a foundation called as Environment Foundation India. And now a lot of things has done by Rotary Club of Madras. Let me show you a small glimpse about what this Rotary Club of Madras and Environment Foundation India has done together. So yes, let me put my video off for my convenience. Yes, so I'm ready. So this is what Rotary Club of Madras has done in the Tambaram area. There's a place called Tambaram, which is in Chennai, which has a lake of such type. And this is the exact after picture what Rotary Club of Madras and Environment Foundation of India has done together. Let me show you how it was before. I know you all will be very curious. So it has to be realistic, right? So that I showed you how it is now and then how it was actually. So it is used to be done in the vice versa, but now I intentionally wanted it to be this way. So let me show you how it was before. Okay, yes, I have pulled up the picture. Just a minute, hold on. And yes, it was like this before. So this is the whole point of efforts that our Rotarians and Rotaractors and many of the Rotary fraternity has taken up extensively, exclusively. Rotary Club of Madras Rotarians and the Environment Foundation of India has partnered together and have created a sustainable future. And this is how it works actually. So now let me again show you how it was after, so that you can again see the beautiful things that. Yes, and now you can see it in my screen right now. So this is one such initiative now Rotary Club of Madras has already took up. And now let me show you a couple of images that Rotary Club of Madras is presently onto it. And we are presently partnering with Environment Foundation India for this thing. So let me make that prepped up. Just give me a moment. So yes, I have collected the whole data, and now let me show you this thing. So it was like this earlier. So you would have seen this thing, right? How Madambakkam Lake was there, and how Mr. Arun actually emphasized us about how majestic and mighty is the whole lake. And now this completely happens here. And here's the picture of removal of solid waste, and then they are treating the complete lake, and then nesting island, which is done to be a bit beautiful view, and then construction of dual embankment, which is again going to be a very good process in order to restore a lake completely. And yes, there it goes. So yes, my dear ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in the midst of this beautiful Ryla Namaste, and we have a small video clip from a very inspiring person. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, now we have a beautiful person who has achieved good heights, and definitely, yes, what he has got, you all would be thinking of, and I suppose you all will always have an answer for it. And yes, my people, he was an Interact past president. Let's have a small glimpse about his virtual presence over the AV. Jarvis, can you please share the AV of Mr. Shrujan, who's the youngest IAS officer?
Okay, I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming.
And thank you very much
for thanks, guys, once again
inviting me for this virtual conversation. I welcome all of you from all different parts of the world. I hear that we have people from Australia, New Zealand, many parts of Europe, across India. It's a real pleasure and honor to be part of this session. My special thanks to Shisha Kumari Swaran and the Rotary Club of Madras for conducting this particular session. Particularly happy to be here today because I was one of the interactors myself when I was in school. I studied in Chennai. I studied in a school called Sisha, and I was part of the Interactors. Exciting and I'm very humbled to be part of this session today. Shiv uncle, as I call him, when he called me and he told me that the session is happening, I told him, okay, what am I going to actually speak? What can I share with young boys and girls of 15, 16-year-olds who are in 11th standard and 12th standard? And he said, no, you've just cleared the prestigious Indian Civil Services exam, and you probably might have some lessons or success stories that you might want to share with them. And I was like, okay, I don't think I have any great lessons per se, but it's always interesting and exciting to have conversation with youngsters. Right? I love having conversation. I have a younger brother who I keep troubling with a lot of my yarn, with my inputs and insights. So he's been my guinea pig for many parts of my life. But I've also wondered and thought, how and what would I have done if I had an older brother? And I think, in some sense, all of us, want a sense of motivation, would love to have a mentor, and probably always pray and wish that we had one of them. So you could actually look at me as your elder brother, and I'm actually going to be sharing. I'm going to keep it very short, and I'd probably take any questions if you have any. You could always send me an email. I'll ask the team to pass on my contact details. But broadly, because all of you are very young, you have a very, very long journey ahead, right? And I thought, okay, what have I learned since I graduated from school in the last 10 years, which I think will be useful. Right? The first thing which I wanted to share is, of course, it's a cliche, but be extremely open to learning. Right? You're now going to make some important decisions with respect to what you're going to study, what subject are you going to graduate in, and all of that. And I think it's an important, particularly important choice that you're going to make in life, because this is going to be your window into the world of academia, into the world of ideas, into the world of many thoughts. So, take some time out, understand what you like, what you're passionate about, and be very open-minded about the choice that you're making. I actually did my engineering. in Chennai, and then I later on moved on to do liberal arts because I've always been very interested in history and geography, and I didn't kind of learn that in my undergraduate. So I actually did a postgraduate program after engineering at Ashoka University in India. So be extremely open to learning, and something that's allied to this is I think today there's immense opportunity and potential with the kind of content that's actually available. So ensure that you're actually developing a critical sense of questioning, of thinking, of actually understanding problems from multiple perspectives, which is the primary essence of education. So we might always complain saying that education system in many parts of the world, particularly in India, we keep saying that the education system is not as good as it's supposed to be. It's certainly improving, but till the education system is actually very good on ground, I think it's our responsibility to make use of mentors, to make use of so much open source content, paid content, which is available from international faculty, right from Harvard to so many universities, which actually give us certificate courses these days. So make use of the online learning and ensure that the next 4 or 5 years you're investing well in your education, because that is what is going to set you up in terms of your confidence, in terms of the career choices that you're going to make. So that's my first point in terms of education. Second point, and this is something happened very organically in my life, but ensure that you make a lot of good friends and that you're actually open to multiple cultures, because in this conversation we have people from across the world, and that's the beautiful part of international NGOs like the Rotary Club, like the Roundtable, because the essential spirit of a lot of these clubs is in the spirit of fellowship, in the sense that all of us can do things, we can do good with the power of the collective, right? My parents were part of Roundtable, and I also got the opportunity to go for something called the Young Ambassadors Program to Europe when I was about 22 years old, where we went to many European countries, and it was fascinating in terms of the kind of life that they lived, the food that they ate, and it really shaped a lot of my thoughts after that in the life choices that I made. And I think it probably also made me more interested in understanding sociology and world culture, which I did my liberal arts program after engineering. So be open to ideas, and like I said, make friends. You can make international friends, make use of platforms like the Interactors Club, like the Rotary Club, network with people across the world, and that is what will give us the strength and confidence as we grow older. Also on the point of friends, if you're still in India, if you're in your own country, invest in relationships, right? Friendships don't just happen overnight. One needs to take that extra step. One needs to be vulnerable. One needs to be empathetic. One needs to really understand the emotions of other people and help them, which is not very easy, right? All of us are not blessed with extremely good friends, but what I have learned is that all of us have our own methods, but you invest in a particular relationship and if you're genuine about it, over time, that bond of friendship actually deepens, and those bonds are what will make our lives extremely special in the long run. The second is about making good networks and having good friends. And now in 11th, 12th of your college, in your school, and then in college, I'm sure you're going to be making friendships for life. So please invest in that. My third point and my last point is taking up responsibility and ownership. And what do I mean by that? Very fortunately, have been from very privileged backgrounds. The fact that many of these schools are extremely good schools in Chennai, the kind of audience that we have today, the students are from extremely good schools, and we have people from so many developed countries and countries that are doing very well in terms of the human development index. And our own parents come from privileged backgrounds, so they've given us that kind of upbringing, which means that it is our responsibility, and I deeply believe in this, which is the reason why I actually wanted to study for the civil services exam because in India it's one of the most prestigious professions, not only because of the kind of power and access and scale of impact that you get, but it's also because it's truly a role that can actually make a positive impact on the lives of people in the spirit of true public service. Right? So that was the reason why I took up this role. And you as well, right? All of you, I think for all of us, we need that sense of purpose in life, a sense of meaning, right? That's very, very important, especially during the post-COVID world. World is going to completely change, right? We live in a virtual world, but at the same time, we have many people who are very underprivileged. There's a digital divide. There are environmental problems across the world. We have many social problems, which means there's a lot of scope for us to consciously invest in whichever way in which, you know, if you want to volunteer, you can volunteer. My personal favorite is the role of an entrepreneur, right? I think the person who can actually make the biggest impact today, especially in a developing country like India, is actually the entrepreneur and of course the public servant, but the entrepreneur, because we really need creative problem solvers to create new business models, to create new kind of platforms where we are able to generate wealth, which can then be distributed among people. So entrepreneurship is extremely important. So because all of us are from very privileged backgrounds, I think it's very important for us to stay with that sense of gratitude, but also link this privilege that we have to a larger purpose, to a larger cause. I'm sure all of you might be wondering why I'm saying this, particularly because I don't know, there have been some conversations that I've had with my friends. When we're in our early 20s and all of that, we think, you know, minding our own business is our only business. And unfortunately, all of us live in a society, all of us live in democratic societies, which means it is our responsibility to engage actively if we need to have a better life, right? And we need to contribute. And in taking that responsibility and ownership is what I believe that we feel truly empowered. It might sound paradoxical. We might want to live an extremely free life and say, no, I don't want to take up any responsibilities. But just imagine, you can actually think of a scenario. Let's say you're actually helping a friend. Let's say your brother is studying for an exam and you're actually helping him. What is the feeling that you actually have? You actually feel extremely responsible. That actually gives you power. Oh, great. I'm actually helping my brother. And if he does well, it actually is going to make me happy. So we might think, okay, I don't want to help him. I want to be free. I want to do my own things. But if you think about it, it's actually a lot of power and strength in taking responsibility and taking ownership. And because all of us have been blessed with so much abundance, I think if we tie our goals to larger purposes, to wanting to solve problems, to be solution generators and not just be armchair critiques about our state, about our government, about our society, but to actually engage. And that ties it back to the first point that I said. Education becomes very important. You need to be aware of your history. You need to be aware of your society. You need to be aware of your politics, your local politics, not just international relations, but also your local politics. And of course, what gives you the strength to go through all of these things in the journey of your entrepreneurship will be education. Of course, knowledge is power. It is support. Wisdom is always helpful in the long run. But of course, it's friends and family. Right? It's the relationships that we have and that we make that actually gives us that strength to contribute to that larger purpose and live a meaningful life. I hope this was not too much of gyan. Gyan means knowledge or, some sort of advice that we give. It's a word in Sanskrit, in Indian language. But I wish all of you the very best. And thank you very much again, the Rotary Club of Madras, Shivkumar Ishwan and Uncle. It's a true pleasure, and I'm extremely happy to have met all of you virtually. I wish and pray that all of you do extremely well and come up as great problem solvers, and hope to see all of you as the Elon Musk and the Satya Nadellas and the Indra Nuis of the world. Stay safe and take care. If you have any questions, please feel free to mail me and I'll be happy to respond to all. Thank you once.
Perfect. So guys, our guest had his presence virtually, and I know that you all would have benefited a lot from the audiovisual which is played. And yes, I can grab your thoughts and grab your actions. That was a fantastic and productive day, my dear Rotaractors. Let me call Rotarian Rajiv Kumar Hota to propose the vote of thanks for the Ryla Namaste. Over to you, Rotarian.
Hello and good evening to everyone present. Well, all good things come to an end. And one such thing being Namaste Ryla. It's indeed my privilege to propose the vote of thanks, expressing our gratitude to everyone who made this mega event such a huge success. Well, we start off with the guest of honors and the guests of honor and speakers who graced the occasion. The President of the Rotary Club of Madras, Shri Kapil, Rotarian Kapil. President
Rishi, do you want to check with Rotarian Rajiv? Looks like there's some network issue.
Yes, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we had a very productive Sunday, and the Ryla Namaste has come to an end. As my favorite Rotarians has said, there was a lot of collective efforts by all the Rotaractors who are working day and night for this productive day, and a lot of Rotarians, my favorite Rotarians, are there in this virtual medium. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to be a master of ceremony for this day. And until then, see you next time. Well, let us wait for a small moment, a few seconds, for our Secretary Rotarian Rajiv Kumar Hota to join here to propose the vote of thanks. So just like how Thanos does, as we do it earlier, just like this, just keep on flicking your nails, flicking your fingers. We will be just back in a minute.
It's okay?
Yes, sir. We have got you back.
Shit, man.
Rotarian Rajiv Kumar Hota, sir, we are able to hear you.
Hello.
Sir, it looks like there are two systems mic enabled at your location. Could you please turn off one mic and continue with the other one?
Is it okay now?
Yes, sir. Perfect.
Yeah, so thank you very much. We had, first of all, the inconvenience. I'm so sorry for the that we lost each other while I was still proposing my vote of thanks. Thank you, President Kapil Chitle, for your words of encouragement. Thank you, Balaji Chini, Director Youth Services, for setting the tone and giving the words of wisdom. Rotarian Sriram Duvuri for a very expansive role of what interactors can look forward to be doing. And of course, the unimitable Rotarian Jayashree, whose love for children and her involvement and the passion is, very well known by now. The main thing which I wanted to emphasize today is at the level of spirit which everybody displayed in coming together on one platform to put up this grand show. And look at the guests we had invited and who made time for us. The Maestro, Lalgudi GGR Krishnan, fantastic. He was so plain, so simple, explaining the basics of music, ragas, violin. And thank you, Madam Meenakshi Ishwaran, for having anchored that program so well. The most inspiring environmentalist, Mr. Arun Krishnamurthy, and I was really amazed to see as to how young and how inspiring he was, and what such lovely dedication. He has put up new landmarks for all the interactors today. Thank you, past President P.N. Mohan, for having made it possible to I think there's a
Rotarian Rajib sir, we are not able to hear you. Could you please restore or check with your internet connections progress?
Sorry?
So your voice is not audible. Could you please check out the audio settings, Rotarian Rajib sir?
1 minute. I think I've come back.
Yes, sir. We are able to hear you.
Yes, I was on Mastio Lalgudi GGR Krishnan and Meenakshi Ishwaran for her anchoring the program. Mr. Arun Krishnamurthy, the environmentalist, and the past President P.N. Mohan. Thank you very much. Then we had the magic called Lydian. Thank you, Asha. And I think we've been very privileged to be a witness to such wizardry. Thank you, Shrutan Chini, for those words of inspiration and really, setting out a roadmap for the youngsters to follow. I must definitely now keep thanking all our national and international guests, invitees, participants who logged into this program on this platform and made it possible to spend these 3.5 hours of involvement and excitement. I would also like to propose my vote of thanks for the 3 zone chairmen who made it possible to deliver everything on time, working ceaselessly, endlessly for the last couple of weeks. Thank you, Shiv Kumar Ishwaran. And most importantly, the commandos in the war room, as it is called. May I just name them? It is Harish Kumar, Arshad Ahmed, Sai Krishna, Mona Manjari, Sindhu, Rekha Shri, Santosh, Amanda, Tarun. Then we have Sarika, Dharika, Sri Reddy, Sujan, Sam. Then we have Vasant. We have the inimitable anchor for this program, Ravi Vats. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's his real way he started off, and that magical smiley which he wears on his lips, him and his computer man, Jarvis. So thank you, everyone, and thank you for making it possible. Thank you for participating in this program with all energy and gusto. Till we meet again, as they say, Namaste from Ryla. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rotarian Rajib sir. It was very sweet of you to give a lot of compliments to all of us in the war room. And thank you very much for being a lovely audience, my dear interactors. You guys did it really, really awesome. I could see a lot of participating clubs and participating interactors, despite putting your time in watching movies or films or maybe some podcasts or maybe some other sort of entertainment things. You have put it really productive. With this, I can conclude that you people are the future of your own countries. Thank you very much for giving me a beautiful opportunity to be the master of ceremony. Over to the host for adjournment and ending the meeting. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic Sunday ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for participating in this event. It was really a wonderful, amazing, phenomenal Ryla program we had. Definitely without you all participating, I don't think it would have been a success. Thank you once again for the entire team in the war room for putting up an amazing show. Rishi, you've done a great job. Thank you, Jayashree, for bringing in the international teams. You have definitely made it an international e-Ryla program. Thank you so much for all the work that you have done along with our past president, Guna. And I would definitely want to thank past president P.N. Mohan, who ensured that Arun Krishnamurthy was here with his efforts, continuously touch basing with him and bringing him today. So, and Asha for Lydian's program. So everybody worked hard for the past 15 days. We had a wonderful teamwork. We all put in great effort, but ultimately the entire program has been a fantastic success. So we are looking forward to doing a similar kind of program for the Rotaractors as well pretty soon. So we'll keep you informed. If you are interested, please do join the Rotaract RYLA also and make it a success. Thank you. And until then, goodbye from the Youth Services team of Rotary Club Madras. Shiv, we can end the meeting now.